A wise man once said, "There's a first time for everything." Welcome to my channel. We have a lot of things planned for this channel, and by we, I mean my fellow trekkers. We have Osmond, a good friend of mine, his amazing girlfriend Bianca, our amazing camera guy Dylan, who has sacrificed his time to lug all of his camera equipment around and record us for a while. Then my amazing girlfriend Caitlin. We have a lot of segments that we plan on doing with this show. We're going to be reviewing trails. We're going to be recording on the trails, showing most, if not all, of the trail. We will be reviewing packs and equipment and everything else that you may want or need when out on the trek. So we ask that you please subscribe, please like, and please share this with all your friends and family. I'm really trying to get my name out there. If they seem like they'd be even somewhat interested in what I'm going to be doing, let them know. Alright, let's get to reviewing the pack. So whenever you're going out on any kind of trek or anything like that where it's multiple day or even for one day, I would recommend you need a stainless steel cup. It's guaranteed to keep your drinks cold, keep your drinks hot, anything like that. They're basically indestructible. Really good all around cups. This was around $25 at Walmart. Pretty cheap for how good it is. You can choose from multiple variants that they have at various stores. Look around us for the Stanley Cups. You're guaranteed to find them. So this is an S-beam. They have different variants of this also that hold different amounts of weight. This one is 75 pounds. As you can see, it's double-sided. And with this, the little black part on it, it is a lock. So when it is locked, you cannot open it. You simply slide it up, open it. I think this is great for any trek or anything like that. You can hold multiple things on it. I choose to hold my water bottle mostly, so if it does fall out of the actual pocket, you still have it connected to the S-beam. What I recommend is a machete where it's a good sturdy blade. It's not anything flimsy that could break easily or just not work very well, because you're going to be using it for multi-purposes. You could be using it for protection if that comes up. Hopefully it doesn't. Or you could be using it to get limbs from trees, start a fire, things like that. But I also recommend, if you can't see it, where the blade goes all the way through the handle. So the handle isn't just plastic and the metal goes all the way through. So that way, if your handle ends up breaking for some reason, you drop it, you've just used it enough, it's finally worn out. The blade goes all the way through, so you can just easily wrap some paracord around it. And after that, it is good to go. So like I said, multiple purposes and all around good sturdy thing for protection and for camp. Alright, so another thing you need, in my opinion, is a foldable shovel. It serves multiple purposes. You can use it in camp, digging a hole, things like that. Another thing that I mostly use it for is my poop shovel. And while yes, that does not sound very settling, it's something that you need. Most camps or hiking trails, wherever you will be going, require you to have a poop shovel, so that way you can dig your hole, do your business, and then cover it back up. So this is a life straw, otherwise known as an alternate water source, which is one of your 10 essentials when it comes to backpacking or hiking. With an alternate water source, if you run out of water or anything like that, and you come alongside a stream or a lake or something like that, and you need water, you're going to need a different way to get water. It's essential. You need water for your trips. And what's the point of going if you run out, right? A couple of quick sips through this and it filters out the water perfectly. There's also other choices. You can boil your water to get all the germs out and filter it. There's a lot of different choices. I just chose the easy life straw. It's so much easier than having to go up, set up your fire, all that, boil it. It's just quick, easy, 5 little sucks, boom.
You should drink urine through it.
Going on. So the next thing on our list, this is another preference for me, are your knee pads. Me having very bad knees, these help me out a lot. They're nothing special. They don't have any other cool metal braces or anything like that. It's just adding extra tension, extra pressure, which could really help out along the trek. Because the last thing you want are hurting knees midway through your trek. With your first aid kit, you have a lot of different things in here. You have gauze bandages, you have simple ACE bandages, Q-tips, tweezers. You have multiple different things in here, bandages, just anything that you would need out on the hike. It's very light, it's very small and compact. You can fit a whole lot of stuff in here. There's a lot of different compartments. Just a good, simple little first aid kit. I got mine at Walmart. They sell them at multiple places. Walmart's probably your cheaper option. Because, like, again, this is not your best first aid kit. This is just a light, little compact, take it on the go. It'll last you for a good long while. Next thing on the list, there's a lot of controversy over this. Rope or paracord. It can be used for multiple different things. For me, it's just a preference. I don't think you would really need it in my opinion, but you can use it for multiple things. Clothesline, let's say it rains and your socks are wet, you want them dry overnight. You can make a clothesline out of this. You could tie down your tent. You could easily make a splint for your tent if your tent breaks, anything like that. So for me, it's just a preference. It's something that I like to have on me at all times. I can use it whenever. Paracord, really strong. It's a lot stronger than a lot of different ropes that are out there right now. So all around, amazing tool. Next thing that's on the list, which I am thankful that my pack actually came with one, is your cover for your pack, or otherwise known as a tarp. This, if your pack isn't already waterproof, it keeps a lot of things. You can keep the top of it waterproof. It keeps a lot of it safe, because up on the top you're usually going to have things that you need easy access to, and that's where this fits around. It fits around most of the pack, but it really gets the top well. When you set up camp, if you need something to be waterproof, you can obviously use this to put it around it. If you forgot something else, multiple purpose, all good around. Get yourself some sort of tarp. This is my hat sack. If you don't know what that is, it's a hat that can be used to hold things. Like most hats can. Mine is different though, mine is special. It has a little handle. But anyways, what I like about this is that, two parts here. What I like about the hat is that it's very warm. Has all the cushion on the inside. It's a windbreaker on the outside, and you can easily clip it around your face. Or if you don't want to do that, if you don't want these in the way, it's getting a little too warm, you can clip these right up at the top. This is also a great gift, in my opinion, for kids who love the Soviet Union. If you're into that kind of thing, perfect hat for you. Mother Russia, you know how it goes. Next on the list is a fill-down jacket. It's made out of these feathers called fill, F-I-L-L. And as you can see, it can easily fit into its own pocket, no matter how big it is, because of the feathers and all that. And it is extremely warm. What I have in this drawstring bag right here are extra clothes. Some people think that they're perfectly fine with going out on a trek and smelling bad, like really, really, really bad, for a couple of days. I'm not like that. I hate smelling bad. So I always keep a couple pairs of extra clothes. You know, nothing special, good for trekking. You know, pretty loose, feel good, pretty warm this time of year. It's winter. Extra socks, extra underwear. If it starts raining, you need extra socks and underwear. That's a rule of mine. I don't let people go on treks with me unless they have extra socks and underwear. So I don't want to be smelling those nasty wet socks and underwear while I'm out on my trek. Here in the front of my drawstring bag, I have where I would keep my food. Nothing special. I'm not going to bear country anytime soon, so I don't need one of those bear cases. Just Tupperware. Nothing special, just a little something you can put your food in. Close it, for the most part, blocks out the scents. If you want, you can spray it with something that smells really nasty. So animals won't want to get too close to it unless they're into that kind of stuff. Next on the list are my emergency shoes and warmth kit. I call it a kit. It's literally a pair of pants and shoes. I always bring extra shoes just because you never know if your trek is that one final trek that's you're just pushing your boots to the limit and they can't take any more and they break. I don't know about you, but I don't want my toes or anything else exposed and hurting while I'm out on my trek. So what I like to go, I just like to do some trail running shoes, some shoes that have a good durable bottom and that are sturdy. They're nothing too special. These are about $30. And as you can see, they have a lot of support. Good bottom. It's versatile for a lot of things like trail running and not rock climbing, but out on the trail where it's rocky, things like that. Just a simple little shoe like this. And then for the pants, if it gets really cold, these are wind resistant pants. I have some sweat pants on the inside that keep it insanely warm, just in case my pants are wet or anything like that. Like I said, this is an emergency warmth kind of kit. Next on my list is a sleeping pad. Multiple uses. Kind of. Can be used as a pillow if you need it to. It's a standard military issued sleeping pad. You can use it for a pillow if you want to. It's mostly used to put under your sleeping bag to add a little bit of extra comfort, and if it rains, it soaks up most of the rain and keeps your sleeping bag from getting soaked. If you have a cheap one like this, I highly recommend getting 2. Alright, so next on my list is gloves. Around this time of year, it's getting pretty cold. You're going to need something that'll warm your hands up. No, your breath will not cut it. As a lot of people like to think that is good enough. It is not. I highly recommend a good pair of waterproof gloves. I don't care what kind you get. Just some kind of waterproof and some kind that have an insulation to keep your hands very, very warm. Because the last thing you want are really wet, cold hands. This is an essential. Your sleeping bag. Yes, it is an essential. You need it for backpacking. Where you're gonna sleep? In a hole? Even the military has sleeping bags when they sleep in the hole. But yes, you need a sleeping bag. It keeps you very warm at night. They have different temperatures. I think this one is a low temperature sleeping bag, somewhere like that. Pretty warm, pretty compact. When it gets dark outside, you're going to need a light source, whether that's for waking up to go pee, whether that's for seeing where you're going to make a fire, get limbs, things like that. You're going to need some sort of light source. And with that, extra batteries. What good is a light source if it dies? I highly doubt that you're going to carry fire around with you. If you do, may the Lord have mercy on your soul. You need some sort of alternate fire source. If you, for some reason, you can't make a fire with just what you have. I got these at Walmart. They're pretty cheap. It's just a nice little thing of fireproof matches that last a while. As you can see, the fire starter on the match goes all the way down as it starts at the top, and it'll burn its way down. It lasts quite a while. So if there's anything you think that I left out on my pack that you think I could do to better it or add in there that I need, please let me know in the comment section down below. Let's get on to reviewing the pack. Hey, you want to hear about my backpack? Come, meet me over here. So I have the Osprey Atmos AG50. 50 meaning 50 liters. I don't know what the rest of that means. I know Osprey is the brand. As you can see on the front, there's already a lot of different features that come in mind. As you can see, the front mesh pocket is something that I really like. I know that in the past there's a lot of hikers, backpackers, things like that with the front mesh pocket that's made out of the stretchy material that rips really easily. And they're just tired of it. Because this mesh pocket, it's essential. You need that for easy access. You can keep things there that you just need quick, easy access to. Right here on the front, it has this rough material. It's almost like a tarp. It's almost like what a tarp would be made out of. But you can fit quite a few things in here. What I like is that with a lot of these clips, not all of them, but with a lot of them, they're sort of low key. They're hidden. Another thing, I have to take my pad off here for it. That's where you would normally store your sleeping pad. Right down here, these zippers on the front, this is easy access to your sleeping bag. I know if you're like me, a lot of people don't like digging all the way down to their pack to try and get to their sleeping bag. They'll have to take everything out. As of right here, those are for people that don't like to do that. Unzip it, not easily, My sleeping bag is sort of big. But you can take your sleeping bag right out of there and you can put it back in that way. I think that's a really nice feature that Osprey has made. Right here, you have trekking pole holders right here. It goes up. They're right in here, which these things are a pain to get out in my opinion. But right here they have the little trekking pole holders. And like I said, that's another one of those things that's low key. It tucks right inside there. When you're not using your trekking poles, it's nothing to really worry about. Worry about that later. If you're holding trekking poles and they tend to be going downwards, right here on this side you can see they have a little hole, so they can go in right here and then out instead of having to stab and poke through the mesh pocket. Just a neat little feature. So right here on the top, this is one of my favorite parts of the entire pack. I love this. So yeah, this top pack, it's extra storage. I have a lot of things in here. You saw my the last part of the video. In the top, it has its own tarp for when it starts raining, things like that. But with this, you put a lot of soft things in here. And if you ever forget your pillow, or you just don't want it because it's just excess and you don't need it, you can fully remove this and use it as a pillow, or just not have it. Well, then your question would be, well, what about keeping your stuff warm or having the cover? It still comes with an additional cover that you can't take off that you can still wrap around. An amazing feature. Osprey's done it with most of their packs. So this is where you really get into what makes this specific pack special. The anti-gravity system that Osprey has installed. They've done this in the past. They've just continued to improve it. Every single pack, they're really getting into doing good now. With this being the 50 liter, it's only it would last you about a 3-day hike. It can hold about 35 pounds, maximum would be 40. With this nice mesh pocket, as you can see, it sits pretty far back off of the back of your pack. Allowing that extra airflow, it's allowing that extra tension on you. But what it really comes down to is when it gets down in here, the mesh pocket continues all the way to your waist straps, and that way it adds that extra tension. You can see that when I pull it, it's just adding all that extra tension. And that's what makes it the anti-gravity system. It makes it feel like it's really just sitting up off of you. It doesn't feel like it's having much. It's not weighing you down too much. It literally feels like it's floating there. With the anti-gravity system, you can move that up and down based on your height. With these little red tabs right here, you can move the anti-gravity system up or down. And the mesh continues. It goes all the way up through here. And what I've really liked is with these straps, they still have their stiffness. So, it's good and durable. It's not going to be one of those ones that just sags on you. It's going to be nice and tight. But at the same time, it doesn't sacrifice any of its mobility. It's still able to move around a lot. Really nice. On the front, they have another trekking pole carriers. They have one that starts right up here. You can take it all the way down through here. Another thing that I really like down here, I haven't quite figured out how to use it yet, but right here on the front, based on how big you are, you can adjust. Instead of just having your flaps, you can adjust where you want your flaps to be. That's another really nice feature. I haven't had to use it yet, thankfully, but you never know, it could come in handy in the future. So another thing Osprey has added that I really like is right here in the front with the waist pockets. It's also for easy access if you have things that you're using constantly that you just need to put in there really quick. It has these extra pockets that are built in. You don't have to buy, another extra belt or anything like that for your own. So other than that, that is the Osprey Atmos AG50. I highly recommend it for beginners. It is, like I said, a nice little 3-day pack. It's not too long, but you can still use it for like a weekend trip and things like that. It's really nice, keeps all the weight off of you, the anti-gravity system. Everything about this pack is just amazing in my opinion. Alright, but that's all I have for you today. Please, like I said, like, subscribe, share with your family. Please, I'm begging you, if they need it, if they need any tips or anything like that, I'm making videos like that in the future, or if they just like things like this, please tell them to subscribe. It would be much appreciated. Now we're ready for one good trek. I'll see you there.